Hello everybody, once again we got a battle report for you. Today it's Wood Elves versus the Empire, 3000 points. And here are my characters. We have a warrior priest with the crown of command, lockstone and a great weapon. And under him we get a witch hunter with a ruby ring of ruin. And next to him we have a warrior priest with the armor of meteoric iron and a great weapon. And to the top right of him we have a BSB with full plate, enchanted shield and the dawnstone. Under him we have a general of the Empire, my general, with a sword of might, helm of the Skaven Slayer, and a white cloak of Ulrich. And to the right of him we have an engineer, a naked one. And to the right of him we have a level 4 fire with a talisman of preservation. Next to him we have a level 2 lore of beast with a dispel scroll. And on top of him we have a grandmaster, rocking the rune fang and the other trickster shard.
And over to the Wood Elves, I only have a level 2 beast with a scroll, my beast B with Bow of Lorn, Hail of Doom Arrow with Arcane Bodkins, and a level 4 shadow with Book of Asher and Opal Amulet.
And here we have the deployment of the Empire. To the far right we have a steam tank. To the left of that we have a unit of 5 pistoliers. We have a group of Inner Circle Knights. And to the left of that we have a Celestial Hurricanum. And to the left of that we have a big unit of spearmen with 2 detachments, a little unit of handgunners, and above them we have a unit of crossbowmen, and below them we have a hellblaster with a master engineer attached to them. To the left of them we have a unit of 3 demigryphs, and above them we have a great cannon. And here's a glorious picture behind the spearmen that are taunting the Wood Elves on the other side.
And over to the Wood Elf deployment. Beginning with the last first, here's my scouts, which had a lot of room on his flank to move on about. And here's my battle line. You have closest to the furthest, Wild Riders, a treeman, more Wild Riders, some War Dancers behind them, BSB behind them, Sisters, a unit of Glade Guards with my level 4, a Great Eagle, the Eternal Guards, Treekins, and then we have another unit of Glade Guards with a level 2 beast. And behind them is 3 Warhawk Riders. Here's another picture of the Wood Elves' right flank. I also have 2 Glade Rider units, 5 in each unit, that are in ambush.
And now it's Empire turn 1. Before that we each took our turn and vanguarded up our units. And as you can see, my spear block moved up, followed by Celestial Hurricanum, and also the knights moved up. Oh, and my handgunners and my demigryphs. And on my left side, the steam tank rolls up to aim at the treeman. And here's another pick. Nothing happened in the magic phase, and during shooting, I managed to do 2 wounds with my steam tank on the treeman, and my great cannon managed to finish him off. My I forgot we didn't have a unit champion in my unit of pistoliers, so being on the Temple of Skulls had no effect, but we managed to shoot away some sisters, so I managed to do 2 wounds to them.
And over to Wood Elves, turn 1. I move up my Treekins to protect the Glade Guard from the demigryphs. I move up my 1 unit of Wild Riders to either flank the steam tank if need be or just run around. My scouts also moves up, so they're on a pretty decent range to the steam tank. Here I move up with the Great Eagle to shaft the knights. The War Dancers and the Wild Riders follow after. The Sisters run between his lines and are standing behind the Temple of Skulls. And the Eternal Guards are just chilling, hanging out. And to the far top you see some wings over the trees. Those are the Warhawk Riders, who managed to actually fly behind the demigryphs. And during magic phase I get off Curse of Underhear from the Sisters on the Knights, which is really nice. And this is my very imbalanced casting with my other spells. Do mind I have a level 4 with the Book of Asher, and she stands in a wood, so I have +6. And I still managed to fail cast on the Pit of Shades. And then with the rest of my dice, I try to throw off Wisdom on my Eternal Guards. And this is what I roll on him. So yeah, really nice magic phase. Over to shooting. Hooray! I have True Flight arrows on my Glade Guard, and I managed to kill the Hellblaster, which also makes the Engineer panic, so that's really nice. My Waywatchers manages to actually do 3 wounds on the Steam Tank, which is pretty awesome. My sisters shoot out 3 of the Pistoliers. They still hold though. And that's about it in Wood of turn 1.
And then we're over to Empire turn 2. My Night Boss decided to charge his Chaffing Eagle. My Spearman moved into the forest, which proved to be a Venom Thicket, since it's the Wood Elf forest, and a few of my Spearmen dies. Yeah, and here we go. My Engineer decided to flee off the board, and during the... Oh, I wasn't done with the charges. The Demogryphs decided to find the gap between the Treekins and the end of the board, and managed to get in, squeeze in between, and charge the Glade Guards behind them. And over here, my Steam Tank moves up and decided to get a nice shot through the Wild Riders. And my Magic Phase totally flunked, but the shooting was a little bit more successful, since I managed to pick away 4 Wild Riders and chaff them up with my Pistoliers.
Who also managed to kill 1 Wild Rider.
Yeah, it was glorious. And my Crossbowmen and my Handgunners decided to shoot at the Warhawk Riders, but they just did a single wound. Oh, they did 2 wounds even, as you can see on the markers on the board. And yeah, the Eagle was no match to the Knights, especially since my Grandmaster is equipped with the Rune Fang.
Also noticeable is that 2 Knights are missing. They actually failed to Dangerous Terrain test due to Curse of Honor here.
Yeah, so we failed Dangerous Terrain tests on 1s and 2s, and I managed to roll a 1 and a 2, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, and here we go. The Demogryphs are in such a position that they can only fight with the Magician, or the Wizard as it's called. And yeah, we killed off the Wizard, no problem there. But they stick.
And stomps 1 Glade Guard, and the Glade Guards actually managed to poke a wound through on the Demogryphs, which is pretty awesome. And over to Wood Elves, turn 2. Here's my right flank, moving up with the Waywatchers and the Wild Riders. The lone Wild Rider you can see in the blurry part of the picture, moving up to chaff up the Steam Tank if he decides to go after my other unit of Wild Riders. My Ambushers get in a very nice position. Here my Treekins charge the flank of the Demogryphs. Really confident about this combat. I move up the Eternal Guard, so halt the Spearman, and move up the War Dancer, the much criticized unit, to chaff the Knights. My Beast B moves up onto the Temple Skulls. And here you can see a better picture of the Wild Rider chaffing the Steam Tank. And here you can also see my Warhawk Riders who actually failed a charge on the Great Cannon. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Because my Ambushers managed to shoot him down, no problems. I can say that Magic Phase, nothing happened, nothing went through. Really boring Magic Phase once again. More shooting, the Waywatchers managed to pick off 2 more Knights, and I used my Hail of Doom arrow on my Beast B, and it actually killed the Celestial Hurricanum, so that's really great. Combat, yeah, Treekins make short work of the Demogryphs who flees off the board. Really awesome.
And then it's the Empire turn 3. You will see my movement and my charges later on, but here's the Magic Phase. I rolled a 4 on the Winds of Magic, but managed to channel 3 dices. And here you can see my Crossbowmen and my Handgunners, and they managed to take a wound, the final wound from the Warhawk Riders, but they managed to hold. But it was good to shoot away one of Warhawk Riders because the magic phase that was before was a total miss. So it was nice to get something out of there anyway. And here we go. I decided to charge my knights into his war dancers. But lo and behold, he killing blowed my grandmaster before I even got to strike with him. It was horrendous. And all of the other characters, they totally fluffed their attacks. I only did one wound that went through on the war dancers.
That's just awesome.
Not. And yeah, my 2 pistoliers made a long charge into his glade guards where the level 4 was hiding. But when we went into combat, he had always strike first. He managed to kill off 1 pistolier, and with the 2 attacks I had, that I still have on the single alive pistolier, I managed to do 2 wounds to his magician. But he had the opal ass mullet, and he managed to save a wound. And as a reaction to that, my sole surviving pistolier decided to run away.
Over to Woodell's turn 3. Yeah, you see a lot of charges here. The Warhawk Riders charged the crossbowmen without taking a wound from the stun and shoot. At the same time, 1 unit of the Glade Riders charged me to the flank, and you will see better on the other picture over here. The other Glade Rider unit charged the handgunners in the flank. You can also see the Wild Riders moving up for a perfect charge on the Spearmen. The Way Watchers lines up to try to kill off the Steam Tank. Here my other stuff just... yeah, I charged with the Treekins and the Eternal Guards this turn. Which you can see somewhere behind all those trees. The Glade Guards moves up to kill the only thing they can shoot at, which is the lone pistolier. And here's my BSB also moving up to the...
yeah, and the BSB even tried to roll on the Temple of Skulls.
Yeah, that's true. I rolled on Temple of Skulls. I didn't die, but I rolled +2 movement, which is pretty disgustingly bad. Yet another magic phase without anything happen, so directly to shooting. Yeah, 11 Glade Guards easily kills this lone pistolier. Here you can see another overview picture of almost the whole battlefield. And here you can't really see it on the picture, but I managed to get off 2 or 3 more wounds from the Steam Tank, which is even more awesome. Over to close combat. Yeah, the Glade Riders make short work of the handgunners. The War Dancers actually managed to kill 2 knights, and I don't think they took any casualties in return.
Yeah.
Really good rolls from me, and really bad from my opponent.
Yeah, I fluffed both my attacks and my armor saves.
Here the Warhawk Riders and the Glade Riders managed to kill the crossbowmen easily.
Yeah, the remaining crossbowman and the magician, or the wizard, fled off the table.
And here, yeah, let the slaughter begin. I actually allocated some attacks on his Witch Hunter, and I killed him, together with like 3 spearmen.
And in return, I did a lot of wounds to him.
Yeah, so I didn't really think that my Treekins weren't stubborn, so they flee. They flee through the Glade Guard unit, who flees off the board, which is really bad. But yeah, I hope I can turn that one around. And it's just a lovely action pick.
And then it's Empire turn 4. In my movement phase, I lined up to shoot at his BSB. That is resting on the Temple of Skulls. And I only have like 3 wounds remaining. But I think I can do it. And here is another uneventful magic phase. I have nothing that can shoot that is still alive besides my Steam Tank.
Which managed to miss the BSB.
I think my bullet landed, or my cannonball landed right in front of the BSB. Which I can assume he was laughing the whole time. And then here we have the combat phase. Yes, on the left my warrior priest is the only man remaining, and is fighting the War Dancers, which I didn't think took any wounds. Or
No, I used the 3+ ward save, the dance, so
yeah,
they saved it all.
I just couldn't punch through that. And then we have the fight on the right, and I poked some more Spearmen to death, or some more Eternal Guard. Just lost a single. No, I got a bit confused here by the unit filler. We lost 5 Spearmen in return.
So over to Wood of turn 4. Yeah, the Glade Riders moved up to try to take down the Steam Tank. The Wild Riders charge the rear of the Spearmen. I'm really looking forward to that combat. The rest just moves up. Treekins rally, also there, face the Spearmen in case of. The BSB moves away from the Steam Tank just to get some distance between them and some terrain, so hopefully he can see me. And it's just a lovely picture of the Wild Riders charging the Spearmen. And this, nothing happened in the magic phase yet again, but I managed to take the Steam Tank down to 1 single wound remaining. And that's all the shooting I had. So over to my close combat, and yeah, Wild Rider Carnage, 15 dead Spearmen. Since I strike first with everything, he managed to kill like 2 Eternal Guards or something. It was just insane. And yeah, they are not steadfast anymore. They don't have the Crown of Command, so he runs and I run him down. The War Dancers and the Warrior Priest just poke at each other, and no one doing any wound.
They smacked their he smacked himself around, but the Warrior Priest had the Crown of Command, so he sticks around. And now it's Empire turn 5, and as a glorious last hurrah, I decided to roll to get 5 steam points, and as I'm just laying there on 1 wound remaining, that's probably not gonna happen. I rolled off, and of course I rolled higher than my total wounds, and then I rolled on the, I think it's called the misfire chart, or the steam tank table, or whatever, and I rolled and got a kaboom result, which resulted in a dead Wild Rider and a dead steam tank. Over to combat, yeah, they decided to do the little Prancy dance again and get the killing blow dance off, which my Warrior Priest was not so happy about, and yet again they managed to kill him before he got to strike back.
Yeah, and also this magic phase, actually something happened. He manages to get off 5+ ward save on his Warrior Priest, but it didn't help really much.
No, not when you're rolling like a bitch.
So this is the end of the game. Pretty solid Astray victory.
And once again I can congratulate you to your victory, and what can I say? I have not really played Empire before, but the plan is that I'm going to start playing Empire because I have an Arabic themed army in the works, and yeah, I'm not really used to the whole feel and synergy of the army, which you can see in this battle report. I just moved up, and I thought I could, you know, turn it around because I had so many spearmen. But I got stuck in the woods, and then when the Wild Riders turned up, yeah, that was a bloody carnage. And my knights, they totally failed me on every single account. And my steam tank, he killed off, what was it, like 4 Wild Riders and made 2 wounds to the treeman when he killed the last remaining Wild Rider, when he blew himself up. Yeah, this is not my game, not my day. But what can you do?
And as compensation for his like first or second game with Empire, I said I would try to use some new units. Therefore, you see the Warhawk Riders and the War Dancers. I should probably have taken more new units since I've played Wooded for like 3 years now and have a pretty good view on the army. But yeah, the Warhawk Riders, I can really see the criticism they take. The 6+ armor save is like insanely bad. The only thing they have is toughness 4 and 3 wounds. Period. Probably they can probably be used as a good War Machine Hunters, but yeah, you have the Glade Riders for that, so I don't really see such a big use for them. As for the war dancers, yeah, what can I say? It's like they cost like 15 points a model or something, and they should be bad as crap. But with some fortune rolling and some misfortune on my opponent's side, they actually managed to kill off a knight unit with a grandmaster and a warrior priest with like 2 casualties or something to themselves, which is really insane. But yeah, I do see that it is just a lucky game for them. I will try them more just to get a better feeling of them as well. But
yeah, and they look fucking sweet.
Yeah, rule of cool applies always.
Always.
We hope you enjoyed this battle report. We tried a different setup, but yeah, we're still learning. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.